Yeah, so we often talk about power creep, don't we, in Overwatch? Would you like to see a beautiful visual representation of this? This is Soldier 76 and Baptiste, who is the focus of this video, because quite frankly, he's insane, and he's going to be actually insane when the PTR patch goes live. Just watch this again. Just watch this. I know Soldier's not firing helix rockets here, but I'll show you that in a second. This is just pure primary fire. Look at that. Look at this. They both destroy the Reinhardt barrier at the same time when firing primary fire only into it. That, ladies and gentlemen, is completely insane because Baptiste is a support hero. Now, a lot of people are probably saying, well, Sty, what about Soldier? He can fire helix rockets, he can sprint, and he can drop down a healing station. Well, yeah, this is what happens when Soldier fires a helix rocket. So I'm firing away, I chuck in a cheeky helix rocket, a nice 120 damage, and it's beautiful. The damage is there, and you can see that he will destroy the barrier quicker than Baptiste when he does that. Now, a lot of you guys out there might be thinking, well, Sty, there you go. The case solved. It's over. It's done. There's no need to even talk anymore. That's literally it. It's all over. But it's not, is it, ladies and gentlemen? Because if they were DPS heroes, then okay, maybe. The thing is, Baptiste can do quite a lot of stuff. Now, people talk about power creep. I mean, this isn't power. This is like a power nuclear explosion which has hit Baptiste. And I cannot for the life of me understand why Blizzard have decided to buff Baptiste as they have and nerf barriers and just like it's crazy. Now, what I want to focus on here is just the skill set or the ability kit that Baptiste has got and the ability kit that Soldier has got. Now, Baptiste is a newer hero. We know this as a fact. He is not the latest hero because that's Sigma, but he was the hero before. Good old Baptiste. He's got Super Jump as a passive ability, which is frankly amazing. He fires healing grenades as his alternate fire. Great AoE healing potential. His primary fire is the 3-shot burst SMG, as we can see, is essentially the same DPS output against barriers as Soldier 76's weapon, which is just crazy. And wait for it, guys. Here's the big one. He can drop down Immortality Field, which makes everybody immune to damage in the field unless the drone is destroyed. Oh, and he's also got an AoE heal with Regenerative Field. Oh, and by the way, his ultimate ability is an Amplification Matrix, where everybody firing through it will do more damage, and that means Baptiste will do more damage. So that means if Baptiste drops his ulti and then fires into barriers, he's going to annihilate them even quicker than good old Soldier 76 one. Now, yeah, sure, Soldier has got Attack Visor, which is probably the most useless ultimate in the game because of barriers and things which will stop Attack Visor. Defense Matrix from D.Va, there's a load of stuff. He gets flashbanged, I don't know, he gets hooked. There's a lot of stuff that'll stop that. You're not going to stop Amplification Matrix. The only stopping of that is running away from it. So we come back, ladies and gentlemen, to the nitty-gritty of this video. What is going on with the power creep in Overwatch? Now, when we break this down into a couple of different categories, I think the one that really starts to shine and really stick its ugly head out is the sheer amount of AoE healing in the game. There is a lot. Look at Moira. She's the epitome of this. It's ridiculous, massive healing. But not only that, when you start looking at heroes, a lot of them have got the ability to disengage and then re-engage again, or disengage in the same fight and then re-engage again. So this goes over and over again, and it elongates fights. And frankly, it's a bit crazy when this starts happening. Heroes that can do this, like Moira, Baptiste can do it with Immortality Field. There's a lot of heroes that can do this, which is it's just kind of the way Overwatch is going. You could say Doomfist can do this as well for DPS. You can jump in, get a kill, jump out. Resets, comes in, again and again, and just keeps going backwards and forwards. But let's just take a look at Baptiste, and let's just try and discuss what Blizzard are trying to do here. Now, Blizzard have been notoriously slow with making major balance changes to fix problems in Overwatch. Now, we're in a period here where we're on the PTR and we've got barriers nerfed, and we've got Baptiste with incredibly high damage output for a support, a ridiculously good Immortality Field ability, an amazing AoE heal ability, an amazing, actually amazing secondary fire heal. His primary heal, I guess you could call it, when the shots land. That is ridiculously good. And an amazing ultimate and a super jump ability, just as a passive. That's incredible. Then when you look at that hero and compare it to a Soldier 76, who's at this point a legacy hero in Overwatch, he's just got his pulse rifle, which isn't that great DPS-wise, as we've seen. He's got sprint. okay? He fires a helix rocket, okay, you know, and he's got a little healing field for himself and any allies that are standing in it. And then he's got tactical visor as his ultimate ability. He's really outdated, isn't he? He feels super outdated. Now, look at Reinhardt. He's another hero who is a legacy, old school, original Overwatch hero, and Blizzard have changed him. So he moves faster with his shield deployed. This makes him really smooth and really fluid to play, and he feels like a different hero on the PTR. So when this goes to live, it's going to be awesome. Soldier 76 is not really changed. He's just going to be there. So my question is, guys, right? Why is this a thing? Why, at any point, did Blizzard think it would be acceptable for a DPS to basically put out the same amount of primary fire damage as a support? It's crazy when you think about it that way. So this goes back to the whole idea, right, of... and by the way, I'm a total Soldier fanboy, so I want Soldiers to be playable. But then again, the thing is, I really do like playing Baptiste, so I'm not really... I'm not really too miffed that Baptiste is kind of ridiculously powerful. But what I'm looking at here is why? Like, who is making this decision at Blizzard? What information do they have? Now, we do know that Blizzard, in the past, have said they are working in the future. And this is true, right? They are not working on stuff right now. They know they've probably got the next 2 heroes or 3 heroes in playtest. They've got whatever other balance changes are going to come out in the next few months, maybe before Overwatch League starts, things they're going to add to the game. They know all of this stuff, right? We don't. So we don't have the picture. So when we look at changes, they can be a bit baffling to us at this moment in time, and it's almost like Blizzard have gone past them, or at least it can feel like that at times. And we don't want, I don't want to feel like that, where I'm sitting down thinking, all right, guys, so I've looked at your PTR patch for a few days, and I'm starting to think, yes, Baptiste is really good, so I'm going to make a video on Baptiste. And I did, and I showed you guys the barrier blasting meta, which is going to be an actual thing. 100% that will be a thing. And then I started thinking, well, actually, how good is Baptiste at taking out barriers on his own because of the other buff Baptiste got to the reduction of, well, the removal of spread in his weapon, so he can just fires and it lands wherever he's aiming. Obviously, it's a hit scan weapon. And I started thinking, actually, he's got surely he can't be as good as Soldier, right? Because Soldier has got more shots. Well, fires faster and then reloads. But the problem with Soldier is his reload is too slow. So as he's firing and then he empties his clip and he reloads, Baptiste is still going with a and Baptiste has still got that consistent damage output, which Soldier does match in the end, but it's obviously not great, right? Because that's like, he's a DPS, surely he should be outperforming a support in that role all day, every day of the week. Now, but power creep, it's the whole point of this video, and the way Overwatch is going and what's happening to heroes and what's Blizzard's design direction or balance philosophy around this. And to touch back on the point I just kind of glossed over, which was the whole sort of, we don't know what Blizzard are working on. Is that really an excuse that Blizzard, that I can sit here and say for Blizzard, oh yeah, but they're probably working like in the future here. Like these things, they've probably solved them. Like the patch after this will be fine. But the fallout for us on the live services, we can see what's going to happen here. We can see Baptiste will be meta support. Like he will 100% be the support you need on your team. And when I start getting worried now with Overwatch balance stuff, I go back to when we had the very strong Mercy meta, or any meta which relied on one hero being selected. Like the double barrier meta, you needed Orisa and you needed Sigma. If you didn't have one of those, then you probably would lose that game. And that never feels great, especially if the enemy team have got that. This happened with Mercy Moth meta. If the enemy team had Mercy, well, we need Mercy. We didn't have a Mercy, okay, we're going to lose because they've got a Mercy. There was just too much value there. Baptiste could be going into that category, guys, and that's kind of what I'm worried about. We've also had no patch today, which is, again, slightly worrying. It would have been nice if the PTR patch went live. Now, yes, you've just listened to a video of me saying, look how crazy Baptiste is, what the hell is going on, Blizzard? But if the patch went live, then Blizzard would collect a ton more information, literally in the first few minutes of the patch being live, than they ever would with internal tests and PTR testing. At that point, they could maybe spend a week trying to fix it, and then they could push it out with the Winter Wonderland update, which we believe is going to come out on the 10th of this month, which is next Tuesday. Now, the other thing is, Blizzard might make some changes this Thursday on the PTR. If they do, I will be surprised, but also I'll be kind of like, I'll go warm inside and like, that's the noise I'll literally make. I'll be like, if the nerfs that come through are for Baptiste. If they say, we're going to do something with his primary fire, we're going to like reduce the amount of shots he's got or something, I don't know, to just reduce the amount of damage output, probably then I'd be like, okay, well, this doesn't seem too bad. Or or they leave Baptiste how he is, and this goes back to the idea of power creep, and go, okay, we're just going to make Soldier more powerful. So then Soldier does more damage, and then the problem we could go into is Soldier does so much damage, then he becomes a must pick because he's shredding through barriers and he's annihilating and deleting entire teams. And this is the problem with balance and why it is so difficult to pull off. But still, there are things we can identify, and I totally think this Baptiste one is exactly one of those moments where it is so incredibly ridiculous to me that Baptiste can just sit there and keep up with Soldier 76 breaking barriers, while also, and remember this, while he's also firing, he can use his secondary fire at the same time. So he's firing and he can still fire healing grenades out. Now, I'm not saying they're generally going in the best position, but if he's firing through his team and his team are taking damage, the grenades will detonate on his team if they hit people with low HP or have taken damage. Now, that's obviously huge. That's way better than Soldier's alternate fire, right? I could sit here all day, ladies and gentlemen, and talk about this. It is frankly insane. I hope I've highlighted this for you guys, but yeah. Wow. All right, guys, I've been Stylosa. This is Unit Lost. If you guys enjoyed the video, then remember you can like the video, subscribe to the channel, and all that wonderful stuff. And I will catch you lovely lot on the next one. Toodaloo.